All righty. Good evening, everybody. So this evening we are going to do, it's an Indian theme this evening. And I have actually got, we're going to do roti for two, chicken with korma with cashews. And I've actually pre-made the jeera rice. So the jeera rice is actually done with the rice cooking mode, which is fantastic. Oh, excuse me. And there's our jeera rice sitting in our thermoserver, so it's keeping it hot. For it's been about probably nearly an hour now, and it's still warm, and it'll be still warm when I'm ready to eat, which is great. Okay, so I'm going to make the roti because it needs to sit for 10 minutes. Start cooking. So 125 of plain flour. So I make it because I make the roti for two, just because that's enough for, I've actually been using it to make gozleme, and it's just perfect for two of us. And then I've got enough filling to make, I just make some fresh roti the next day because this is super quick. So I like to make it fresh each day, and because there's only two of us half the year, it's we do end up eating a lot of leftovers. So next, 15 grams of sunflower oil. So I've just got vegetable oil, that'll do. So remember to pour and pull up a little bit because the liquid's still pouring in as you go. And then a quarter teaspoon of salt. As always, I've got my pre-milled salt. Water. There we go. Turn it a little bit. So insert measuring cup. Next, so 1 minute, and that's our dough mode. It's going. So handy hint with the jeera rice, it actually said to snap the cinnamon quill in two. Don't do that because it actually disintegrated in the bowl as it was cooking. So my handy hint is leave it as is, and it won't disintegrate as much because it does end up on the bottom of your thermoserver. So you cook the onion and the spices and the cinnamon first, put it in the bottom of the thermoserver, then cook the rice and put the rice on top. So handy hint for young players is don't snap that cinnamon quill. Quick as a flash. Here we go. All right. So transfer dough. So I have got so I'm actually going to take you for a little quick tour actually. Let's go this way. I'll go that way. So hopefully you can see. So this actually is what you get when you join as a consultant. Can we see that? So we've got the box. We've got our flip charts, but the awesome things are you get a bread mat. There we go, bread mat, the thermoserver that I've got my rice in, your paperwork, apron, you see that there, and your carry bag. So it's actually $240 worth of stuff, and at the moment it's half priced. I'll bring you back here. How was that? Bit jumpy. Is everyone there?
Yeah. Yep.
So I that was planned to be a little bit smoother, but you know, So, but it's amazing if you already own a Thermomix or you'd like to earn one. At the moment, to the end of August, if you join, it's only $62.50. And you know, how many times do you get to start a business for $62.50? So there is our dough. So all I'm going to do is scrape it out and put it into a ball. And then it just says wrap in silicone or put it in a bowl. So handy hint for young players, when you're taking dough out, twist the knob, the base with the blades, and it gets most of it out. Same with if you have spaghetti in there, same thing, twist it and the spaghetti will unwind off the blades.
Lisa, a quick question.
Yes.
Is that mat oven proof?
It is, but I wouldn't put it in the oven because it's too floppy. It's too big and too floppy. So instead, we have the oven mat.
Yeah.
To use, plus also our rose gold trays. Now you can buy mats that fit specifically each different size tray.
Right, okay.
To go in the oven.
I was under the impression they could both go in the oven, but...
Well, it can.
Yeah.
It definitely could go in the oven, but I wouldn't because it's just, it's too big and too floppy.
Yeah, but if you were to line a, 90-centimetre tray, that would be all right?
Yeah, you'd still have to fold it over. Double.
Right.
Yeah, and then you'd have the bump. It's not going to fold over. So there's the tray liners. Something I have here. Something I made earlier. Yeah, so I've always just used the bread mat as a bread mat, even though technically, yes, it does go in the oven.
Thank you.
And is Lisa, with the temperature, the ones that go in the oven can't go over 220?
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
I think I'm not sure where I know that from, and I can check that. But I have a habit of always putting my oven on at 250, and I'm specifically it's a joke. Yeah, it's quite funny. But I think I heard somewhere that 220 was the top temperature.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's good to know. So with dough, when you wrap it in the bread mat, you always want to go over because you don't want any air to come in because that makes the sides of it hard. Now, allow rest for 10 minutes, and then all you do is divide into 4 parts and then cook it on a medium hot pan. Let me show you. Roll it into a thin circle. It's actually quite stretchy, so it's really lovely. So then you just need to be gentle, put it on a frying pan, and then fry it until it gets black on the bottom, turn it over, or not black, but starts getting brown spots, and then turn it over for more brown spots, and it's perfect. There we go, fry for another 30 seconds, and flip roti again. And then it does get puffy, so it depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it just to break up and sop up the liquid, that's great. But I've actually also been using it for making my gozleme, my spinach and feta gozleme that I'm trying out a new recipe for, that I'm trying to create myself, and that's perfect as well. Just lightly fry both sides and then put your filling in and then fry it. So it's really good. Transfer onto a plate, thin layer of melted ghee, cover with foil, and there we go, serve warm. And it does actually turn out like that. They're perfect. They're lovely. And if we get time, I'll try and do one. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is just to make up the dough. Okay, next recipe. So our chicken korma with cashews. Yep. Okay. Yep. Talk to me.
And with the mat, I just went and had a look.
Yes.
Actually goes to 240, so still under what an
Ah.
oven is at 250. I don't know where I got the 220 from, but anyway,
Yeah.
but it goes to a -40 as well. So I'm not sure if that's something that if you're say for example if you're going to do chocolate, it might be ideal to put that on a tray, and you can put it in the freezer.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And yeah, I normally do pizza at 250, but pretty much everything else I do at 180.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go, 27. So you can actually make your own ghee. Obviously, I'm cheating today. I've just got that one. I did make my own ghee a couple of times, but the first time, of course, I made the mistake of putting it into a bottle that had a small neck. And of course, it solidified and it was a pain in the butt. So always make sure you use a wide container. And that is my daughter's pumpkin curry. Oh no, it'll turn off in a second. That's all right. Okay, so bay leaves. Don't wander off with them. One moment, because I needed them for her dish as well. There we go. Okay, so 2 dry bay leaves. They last for yonks. Absolute yonks. 2 whole cloves. There we go. 125 of brown onion cut into wedges. So I actually break them up because I want the onion, all of the onion to get heated up. And I'm just ignoring. Oh, 123, perfect, close enough. So 25 grams of ginger. All right. So I've peeled my ginger with a teaspoon. And then I chopped it into smaller pieces. There we go, 22, close enough. So 3 garlic cloves, which of course means I use 4. 50 grams of raw roasted cashews, or roasted cashews unsalted. The pumpkin curry smells gorgeous, and I'm already like hungry. So I'm not big on chilies, so I just have a little packet of fresh chili in my fridge. Just put a sprinkle in. I always cut some up and let hubby, he can put as much chili on top of things as he likes. Although, I mean, it probably would have been all right, but it's just a habit. So half a teaspoon of sea salt. Next, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. So with using turmeric, you will find that the lid will go a little bit green, which I'm not sure if you can see that one. Let's find the other one. Yep. The comparison.
Yeah.
So this will get greener tonight. Just stick it out in the sunshine for half an hour in summer and an hour in winter, and it goes back to black. Easy as. Same as if your butterfly, which like mine is just a touch green, you do both sides. So splash guard. There we go. Put our splash guard on top. Done. So it's 5 minutes max heat. There we go. So all our spices are getting cooked first. So this one actually uses yogurt and whipping cream. The pumpkin curry that I did for my daughter actually uses coconut milk. But for some reason, a month or so ago, I had about 5 tins of coconut milk. So I bought all this coconut cream, and now I've got coconut cream. So that's right. Adapt and overcome. Use what you've got is the key.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely. All right. Do you want to show?
So
Okay.
in the chat, I've put all the links to the cookie dough recipes that you're doing today, and also that there is a Spice Up Your Life. So if you like to do spices in the Thermomix, there is a collection on Cookie Dough where it has all different spices.
So spice mixes that you make?
Spice mixes that you make.
Ooh,
So I
awesome.
popped the information in the chat, and as I say, it's Spice Up Your Life. I thought that was pretty cool. And I've also put the link to Cookie Dough to have a look at that recipe. So if Jenny or Wendy would like to look at those, it's quite easy in the chat to just click on it, and it will take you straight to the recipe.
Now ghee, I haven't made it before, so it takes a long time to do, but your actual part of the process is about 5 minutes, but it cooks it for about an hour. I can't remember how long it is. It's an hour or two, and then you strain it. It's 2 hours. Yep. But it's just beautiful. Really nice. And always, it's good to do things from scratch.
Yes.
So you know what's in it.
Yeah, it's and I found that with Cookie Dough, there was about 54, I think, collections of different curry dishes. So perfect for this time of the year, being winter. And all I did was put curry in the search bar, and it came up with all the collections. And then I think coming up with all the different recipes, there were quite, I think, there were hundreds.
Quite a lot.
I think 211 results came up. So there's quite a few choices to make, and a few tandoori dishes.
And it's a bunch, like it is when you start out, it is a bunch of spices that you buy, but you'll use them over and over and over again. So it's actually a really good investment and use of your time to buy all the different spices, because they might be used in different combinations, but there's probably about 10 spices there that are used all the time.
Yeah. Sorry.
I made the tandoori paste yesterday, day before, and we had the curry last night and tonight for tea. That is just beautiful.
It's I lick it off the spoon. That's a tandoori paste.
It's delicious.
Yeah, and then what I do with it. Sorry.
Claire was even saying, don't put the onion and garlic in the actual paste, and it still is as delicious or even better.
Yeah, with the creamy chicken curry, that one, I found purely by accident, by having to take out the garlic and onion because the host was allergic to it. It brought out all the other flavors in that dish. I think that one is a TM6 dish. And when you go into it and you go through the steps, it's the one with the cauliflower rice. When you get to the point where you want to add the garlic and the onion with the chili and the ginger, I came out of the recipe. I just put on for a couple of seconds to just heat and, slightly turn the chili and the ginger so it wasn't raw, and then went back into the recipe and continued on. It was only because with the onion and the garlic at that stage, it does take the high heat. So you need the splash guard, and it wouldn't allow me to do that part because it didn't have
not enough weight
and the garlic in it. So I just made sure I cooked the chili and ginger separately, went back in, and then continued on with the recipe. And the flavors were just amazing. It was quite a different curry.
And that's the thing. Yeah, if you have food issues, it is quite easy to be able to change it up, even within a recipe. So 25 grams of tomato paste, 20 grams of korma spice. So that korma spice is actually in Cookadoo, and I made that a little while ago. So it's all ready to go.
Yeah.
And yes, there are a lot of people. Oh, sorry, go.
No, I was just going to say, if anyone would like that korma spice, the link is in the chat as well.
Cool. Yeah. So 20 grams. Perfect. Insert measuring cup. I'll put it down over here. So 2 minutes, 120 speed 2. Yeah, so I've met a few people lately that have had, you have to leave things out. And sometimes you can either look up things that you can adapt. Yeah, substitute, that's the word. Yeah. Or otherwise you can leave it out and it can still be a tasty dish. It just depends on what the ingredient is. Okay. Any questions? Not so far. So also tonight, I'm actually using the recipe asks for chicken thigh. And I had tenderloins in the fridge, so I'm going to use tenderloins instead of thigh because that's what I've got. But what I'm going to do is I've actually chopped it bigger. And because tenderloins and chicken breast are softer, if you use them when the recipe actually asks for thigh, it can disintegrate a bit. So I'm actually going to put my butterfly in to help it move around the bowl and not disintegrate. That's another handy hint.
Lisa, with the chicken.
Yes. Yeah.
I was just going to say, so how tiny are the pieces so that it works with the butterfly?
No, you make them big and chunky.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Big and chunky pieces. Okay. You make the pieces bigger. And which also helps it not to fall apart as much.
Oh, okay.
So scrape down the sides and the base. Oh, that's good. Can you see that? Oops.
Yes.
Take that out.
Smells lovely.
Yeah, we need smell-o-vision, don't we? So 150. Sorry.
Absolutely.
So 150 grams of whipping cream. So this is the different one rather than coconut milk and stuff like that. I like trying different things. So the dal that I love, dal makhani, actually uses cream instead of coconut cream. But I'm thinking of trying it with coconut cream instead at some point, just to see what the difference is. Okay, 60 grams of natural yogurt. So I've just got Greek yogurt because that's what's in the cupboard. Oops, 65, close enough. I'll just wipe that down. Making a mess. And so measuring cup. So it's 1 minute and we're using the blend mode. So because it's a mode and it's got a picture, all I need to do is turn it one click for the mode to start.
Do you remember Christine Marshall, Lisa?
Yeah.
Do you remember Christine Marshall, Lisa?
Yeah. And you never truly realize how long a whole 1 minute is until you actually got to stand there and wait for a minute. Whoa, how good does that look? Okay.
And I think, and also Zoom turns off the sound.
Ah, so I could have kept talking. Lovely.
Oh, no, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me because it blocked out me.
Blocked out. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just go back a step. So I always scrape around the bowl, and I'll just show you the front view as well. So that looks, smells great. Okay, 400 grams of chicken thighs. So I'm going to put my butterfly in first. So of course there is a better way to do the butterfly, but if there's food in there, best guess is good enough. Pop it on, turn it a little bit left, give it a little bit of a pull, and you should be right. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've got 500 grams, but that is not, yep, 560. So what I'll do is I'll just add just a touch of time. If you double, it's actually 20% more time that you want. But because it's only a little bit more, and I'll just spread the chicken around. Let's scrape again. There we go. Insert measuring cup. So it's 12 minutes. Speed 1. It's on reverse, 100 degrees. So we just turn it to 1. And then what I will do is I'll do the roll out the roti and show you that. So let's just tip that down a bit. So this one is, it's about 200 grams. So what it actually said was to break it into 50-gram lots. So I'm actually going to bring my scales up because the Thermomix is jumping about too much. That's all right. Because the chicken's in there. So I'll just freehand break it into 4 pieces. So what I'm going to do though is to pop my corner over just so that the air doesn't get to the other pieces. And I'm just going to do a little bit round. So other people are able to, oh my goodness. This is what happens when you don't walk the dog for 4 days because it's raining. Apologies. So I'll just move that back a little, because you can actually take it out to about 20 centimeters. Can you see that? And of course, this is why I love the bread mat so much, is that you've got the size, but then also I do my scrolls to exactly the size of the bread mat.
Now they're good. The scrolls, the cinnamon scrolls on Cookie
Cinnamon,
Dough.
yeah. And I do cheddar mite scrolls and pizza scrolls. So just fresh basil and cheese and tomato. Tomato paste, cheese, basil. I think that's all I put in. All right. So see how that's quite stretchy. Might be like this next week when husband's home and he can take the dog for a walk in the middle at 7 p.m.
It reminded me of was it a 3 cheese pull apart we used to make years ago?
Sorry, I can't. Maybe pump your volume up a touch.
Sorry. 3 cheese pull apart bread we used to make years ago. You could use that.
Yeah,
in
the
scrolls as well.
3 cheese and spinach. Yeah, that's in Cookie Dough. That's amazing, that one.
Yes, that's right. That was beautiful.
Yeah. So you can use your roti for different things. Obviously, so I said the goslomet, you can just use it as roti. If you did want to make smaller ones, you can. So that's about, so what's that? That's about 22 centimeters round, which is quite good. Totally up to you. Do you want to share the deals, Claire, and show a bit of Cookie Dough?
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah.
Bear with me, Wendy and Jenny. I'm on my phone, so this will be the first time I've ever shared on my phone. But I'll see what I can do.
See how you go.
Here we go. I'll just get my phone ready. Now this will be interesting.
No, I can only see you are sharing screen.
Okay, let me see if I go to
there you go. Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
So here is all the Cookie Dough recipes. And
maybe need to move my face out the way.
Yes. So that, hang on. There we go. I wonder if I can move to the side. So now what I've done with the Cookie Dough is I'll clear my filters, reset. So I've just gone in and typed curry. And this time it comes up with actually 485 results. But what you can do, before I just went into choosing Australia, and that's why I got the 211. But it gives you so many different recipes. Now you can, with this, you could go to, let's have a look. We'll go to this one. And when you click to add, you can add to a collection. So if you want winter dishes or curries, you can add a collection and name it curries and add your favorites. You can also add to my week and choose a day and save. And you can also add to shopping list, and then go over to your shopping list, and there you can either shop by recipe or by category. I'm not quite sure what the other recipe I had there. So now if you're on, let me see if I can get to it. If you are on the Chrome, and I go back here and you choose a recipe. Now this is Polish recipes. I need to sign in. You can actually use Google Translate to translate any recipe that's not English. Sorry about this. It's not going to let me. And here we go. Oh no. Where am I? Login. Sorry, people. Everyone. Right, am I signed in now? Okay, so if I highlight on here and click translate, it's just taking a little while to load. Oh, typical. It worked earlier. If I choose a recipe, if I go into my filters and say I choose a French recipe, French, the language, take out English, show my results. It asks me, it says page translated, and it automatically translates
what's
into
curry?
English. Pardon?
What's curry? Zucchini and carrot soup with curry. Can you
Curry.
scroll down?
Yeah. It's a cube of cheese spread.
Oh, cool.
So and for me, I like quite different recipes, and I think if you know, it's good to try different countries and learn something new. So playing around with the recipes, you can do so much. And also what I was finding out earlier, so the recipes you can translate quite easily with most languages. Polish, there's a few issues, but you can copy and highlight over the words and click translate, and see what the recipe says in English. And then you can copy and paste that to your shopping list if that's what you needed. But also here, if you click down, when you are on Chrome, you can you've got your recipes, you've got collections, and you've also got, and this also is going to try and translate, you can have items, or you can have I did have articles there a minute ago.
Yeah, it
No.
changed from articles to items.
Items, so I'm not quite, I think I've gone into a different language. Let's go.
No, if you maybe go to items and then just click on English.
Yeah. I'll just show cancel.
Yeah,
I've done something.
yeah. That's
No.
right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm off. Here we go. Let me go to Australia. Sorry.
Yes.
Here we go. So now you can, so on here, very handy. I'm still not sure why it's not showing articles, but the items, if you're ever interested in short crust pastries or rolling doughs, it's actually got lots of really interesting bits where you can go in and learn a little bit more. So when you're on your Cookie Do, instead of using the app, sometimes it's good to go into Chrome and actually look at Cookie Do through there. And then, and it will give you some more ideas and, different things that you can do with Cookie Do. And so I will head back to our Zoom and stop sharing. So Lisa,
I've got 6 seconds left.
Oh, cool. Okay, I think that's back properly. Hope everyone can see all the screens. So our specials for the Thermomix this month, Lisa, is the Indian cookbook.
Yeah, the Indian cookbook and a black oval thermo server.
Nice.
So that's the purchase gift. So 1 teaspoon of garam masala. So I just pull out my butterfly like that. 1 teaspoon of garam masala. So I've actually made my own garam masala because my favorite skinny mixer recipe uses garam masala without pepper. And so to do that, almost all the garam masalas have pepper. So you just need to mill your own. Easy as. And so what I actually do is I've got garam masala one way up and black pepper upside down. So I know which one is the one without the pepper. So we want a teaspoon.
Yeah, and I make all my spices with putting coriander seeds in.
Yes.
So you can have a play. If there's a certain spice in your favorite spice, I think you can leave it out. You can play with it. I like Thai green curries, but obviously since having my allergy, not been able to. So you can play around with the spices and the flavors, so that you can maybe have a favorite without, having an issue.
Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do, because I'm too lazy to stir it through and I prefer the Thermomix too, I'm actually just going to put it on reverse, on slow stir for a couple of seconds so that the garam masala stirs in. And then you serve that with the roti and the jeera rice. And yeah, all done. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining today. I will need to go and, there we go. Not quite stirred in, but that's all right. Need to go and, someone's trying to call me. Child is at the pool. The dog is barking. It's all craziness. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along tonight. I will have to dump and run. I hope you learned something new. Thanks very much, Claire, and thanks to everyone for coming along. And we will see you next week at 7. All righty. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Claire will
Thank you for coming along.
Bye, Jenny, too.